If there's any group of people that shouldn't own pets, it's YouTubers. Haven't we learned anything from Shane Dawson? I didn't my cat. I didn't on my cat. I didn't put my anywhere near my cat. I've never done anything weird with my cats. Are you sure you haven't done anything weird with your cats? I'm not convinced. Somebody check on Cheeto. Now listen, using pets to elevate your social media following isn't anything new. If anything, it goes back to the beginning of internet itself, because the very first video on YouTube was a clip from a zoo, and the very first Instagram post was actually of Instagram's co-founder's dog. And fast forward to today, it seems like every other week, a new weird looking cat goes viral, earning more money from a single Instagram post than I do in 5 years.
Huh?
So it's no wonder YouTubers and influencers are snatching them up left and right, because of course pets mean more cash, more content, and obviously an easy way to make you look like a really great person. But dare I say, just because you can buy a pet doesn't mean you should. Because take Logan Paul, Tana Mongeau, and the family channel Sam and Nia. They're textbook examples of bad pet owners. And let's start with Logan Paul, shall we? Now, Logan Paul already has a horrendous track record, from filming an unalive person in Japan all the way to scamming his fans from bajillions of dollars. I mean, he's done it all. So why would people be surprised that he has also abused his pets? And yes, you heard that right. Pets. Plural. Now, Logan Paul started his career on Vine.
My name's Logan Paul, and this is a really bad idea.
And immediately did what any washed up Vine star would do, start a vlogging channel for kids. And Logan quickly noticed that his videos featuring animals racked up way more views than his usual content. So naturally, he began cycling through pets pretty early on in his career. So let's start with Logan's first dog, Kong, sometimes known as King Kong the Savage, because you know, his audience was full of kids. Now, the moment Logan laid eyes on Kong, it was love at first sight. So much so that he literally scooped him up right off the street from his original owners.
Great, you look at this. I need that in my life. How much for the dog?
0651.
25.
$2,500 for this dog?
Yeah.
Yo, what did I just do?
Now, Pomeranians like Kong are tiny and are almost all just fluff. And yes, these dogs are absolutely adorable, but they're just not the best pet for an influencer. A Pomeranian owner on Reddit pointing out just how fragile these dogs are. The biggest thing with Poms is watching them around children. They are very easy to injure. Children don't understand how easy it is to drop a wiggly Pom, and then you have a broken leg. I mean, this should really hammer home the fact that these dogs are very, very defenseless, okay? They're not hunting dogs. They are lab dogs and require almost constant supervision, particularly in an area like LA, where Logan was living in 2019 when he uploaded the video RIP Kong.
I've heard reports of coyotes in the neighborhood. Neighbor Susie is always like texting us when the neighborhood gets an email about some sort of coyote watch, whether it's a street over or somewhere in the city. Anyways, I'm at dinner later that night. My neighbor Susie texts me and she says, "Coyote in front, keep Kong inside." And I said, "Where?" And I'm on the security cam footage and I see one of the biggest coyotes I've ever seen in my life. And I'm from Ohio. Like, I grew up around coyotes. I know what they look like. And one of them is just stalking right outside the gate, just lurking. And I heard Kong bark a couple times. And then I saw a second coyote, like equally the same size. And these motherfuckers are bad. They are aggressive. They've killed dogs in our neighborhood before, and they're right up against the gate.
I love how Logan talks about how his neighborhood is overrun with coyotes, and even mentions that he's very familiar with coyotes in Ohio. And then, surprise, surprise, he lets poor Kong out in the dead of night, like it's no big deal. I mean, if other dogs in the area have become coyote snacks, why would any responsible owner think, you know, it's a good idea? Letting my poor, defenseless, fragile Pomeranian out late at night. I also wanted to show you like a really quick visual of how big a coyote is versus a Pomeranian. And yeah, there's literally no way that Kong could ever defend himself against one.
Coyote jumped the fence, chased Kong around a car, and grabbed him actually right here. The coyote took Kong. There's no remains, like they straight up abducted him.
Now, to be fair, okay, this is a freak accident, and you cannot entirely blame Logan. However, this could have been easily avoided. I mean, there are so many measures that you could take to protect your animals from coyotes, like a slightly taller fence or some coyote rollers, because coyotes can jump up to 8 feet high, so just a slightly taller fence could have easily stopped them in their tracks. And by this point in his career, Logan has made millions upon millions of dollars on YouTube, so if anyone could afford to turn his yard into Fort Knox for his pets, it's him. And to top it all off, Logan only had Kong for about 2 years before he was tragically killed, which is devastating because, you know, if he had stayed with his, original owners, Kong possibly could have lived a full and happy life. Well, just 20 days after the infamous RIP Kong video, Logan decided to get a new dog, Broly. Well, he didn't buy the dog. Apparently, a random fan just happened to show up to Logan's house with a rescue husky puppy. Yeah, rescue husky puppy. Right, yeah. Totally spontaneous and not staged at all.
Brought me a dog.
Yeah, so we brought you a dog.
Brought a dog to my house.
Brought a dog to your house.
What makes you think this dog can replace Kong?
He's exotic, super crazy looking, so much energy.
I just feel like it's too soon.
It is a little too soon.
Yeah.
I'll look at the dog. I'll check out the dog.
Oh my.
Bro.
Well, Logan, you might want to start practicing your acceptance speech because that performance deserves an Oscar.
Oh my goodness.
Also, a husky? Brilliant choice, Logan. I'm sure we're all aware of how easy huskies are to take care of. They're definitely not, over dramatic, loud, or high maintenance. I mean, even his fans are totally not worried with comments like, huskies require a lot of exercise, and they are a lot of work. Make sure you take the best possible care of him and not let him outside alone as a pup. If you're serious about raising this dog, then you will have to train him properly. You think Logan's gonna train this dog properly? That's a good one. That's a good one. But wait, there's more, because Logan decided to get a second dog, and this time he went all out with a Tibetan Mastiff. I hope I'm saying that right. Tibetan Mastiff. And if you thought training a husky was hard, buckle up. I mean, even his mom thought that this was a bad idea, and that should say something.
What do you think?
I think you're crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I don't know.
It's a big dog.
It's a big dog. I'm a big dog.
Yeah, but you have a pig, you have a small puppy.
A penis head turtle, a parrot,
A
Right.
penis.
and a penis.
Some fish. I think it's a lot for the house.
Tibetan Mastiffs are natural hunting dogs and can be immensely challenging to train and live alongside. And since they are primarily guard dogs, Logan picked this breed specifically because it could fend off other animals and not get devoured by coyotes like Kong did.
Kong got eaten by a coyote, and something about that situation made me want to do two things. One, kill every coyote I see. And two, get more dogs and just make sure they grow up to live a full, healthy life without having to worry about being eaten by a fucking apex predator.
And 2 months later, Ginger killed Maverick.
And also Maverick's dead.
The bird?
Yeah.
The bird?
Wait, what do you mean? Oh my god! Oh, those are his feathers. That's so fucked up, bro. That's so fucked up, bro. Oh no! No! God damn it, bro. Oh my god. Bro, why does this keep happening?
I'm just like so baffled by how his friends decided to break this absolutely horrendous news to him. I mean, and they almost looked like they were like laughing about it. I mean, if someone did that to me, unforgivable. And just as I started to feel bad about Logan, he started talking about how many followers Maverick had on Instagram and how important he is for the brand. And it's just like, what?
First Kong, and now Maverick. The iconic Maverick parrot. The inspiration behind the Maverick brand. Maverick by Logan Paul all started because this one little f***ing sun conure parrot, pet that I've had for the longest time in my life, 7 years, at Maverick Parrot on Instagram, 1.3 million followers, 2.3 on the brand account. Dead? The bird I've had since I was a senior in high school before I started internet. You're saying that bird is gone and killed by my other pet Ginger.
Your other pet Ginger, who I think has like 600K or some weak ass
I fucking hate you.
Now, to be fair, okay, Kong and Maverick were both under the watch of Logan's roommates when they passed away. So it's not entirely his fault, but honestly, in all of my years of owning cats, I've never, ever, ever put them in a situation where they could be easily harmed by another animal. Even when I'm traveling, okay, I get a certified and experienced pet sitter to keep an eye on them. And the worst that's ever happened while I was away was that the cats decided to use my bed as their, personal litter box, leaving cat turds and pee everywhere, even on my pillow. And that was because my pet sitter, in her infinite wisdom, decided to avoid my bedroom out of respect. Which I get, but like, I was so mad. So clearly you can't always trust someone who does this for a living, let alone like a roommate or a friend. And after all this, Logan ended up sending Ginger to a bad dog camp.
Not only is she a murderer, she's done about $10,000 in property damage. She is a bad dog. We sent her away to bad dog camp and I haven't seen her in 4 months.
This made me so sad because Ginger probably didn't know what she did wrong. Okay, she doesn't know why she was given away. She was just following her natural instincts. And you can clearly tell like she's bonded with Logan and she clearly misses him. So sad. I also hate how Logan keeps calling her a bad dog, because again, all dogs will be bad dogs if you don't train them. So that's on you, Logan, okay? Because you're a bad owner. Bad owner. Sit down. Roll over. Sit. Stay. Bad owner. Bad.
Is she getting any better, or is she just still a bad dog?
She's not gonna be good in the structure that you have her at home. That's all. She's not a bad dog.
Now, Ginger again is a guard dog who needs intense, almost military level training and constant supervision. That's literally her job and what she was bred for. And the trainer had to explain to Logan what a guard dog actually is and kept reassuring him that Ginger isn't a bad dog. But of course, Logan is as thick as a brick, and instead of asking, what am I doing wrong? What am I teaching the dog wrong? What's wrong with Ginger's environment? He's stuck on blaming the poor dog, which is so devastating.
Are you a good dog yet, Ginger? Are you a good dog yet? It's tough because she looks friendly and she looks nice. I really do love this animal, but she's got Satan brewing inside her somewhere.
It's like he took Ginger out of a kennel as a puppy and then tossed her back in just 2 months later. And I mean, dogs have a shelf life, you know, like puppies are way more likely to be adopted than full-grown dogs. With Tabisha Mastiffs being notoriously hard to train, they become even less appealing since they're grown. So thanks to a few clicks on Instagram and YouTube, Logan pretty much ruined Ginger's chances of finding a forever home. Now, I couldn't find any specific info on where Ginger is or any like actually truthful information. Someone said on Reddit that she was adopted, but I don't know. So if anyone knows anything, please let me know, because Logan isn't telling us anything. Not that he cares. I don't think he's gonna be checking up on her anyway, so... Oh, yeah, and you know, Broly, the adorable husky that he also got gifted. Remember, like a few years later, Logan decided to give him away to one of his employees because apparently this employee bonded with Broly more than Logan did. How touching. So as you can see, Logan had this tasty habit of bringing these designer pets into his home, and when the clickability of them passed, he would give them up. I mean, he did this with the Tabisha Mastiff, then he did it with Broly, but perhaps the most well-known and controversial is what he did to his pig, Pearl.
Hold that thought. I want to name the pig Pearl Bing Bing. No, that's right. No, that's right.
Now, this was around the time that everyone was raving about teacup pigs. These are basically tiny pigs that are about the shape and size of a small dog and can be easily domesticated. And in 2018, Logan and his girlfriend, Chloe Bennett, decided to check out these mini pigs conveniently raised in a suburban house. Oh, my butt hurts.
You know, you go and you buy pigs, as one does, and I feel like it should be on a farm. Right? A farm, maybe?
They even titled the video Logan's Daughter because nothing says forever like adopting a pig together. But of course they, you know, broke up literally less than a month later. I guess the pig didn't save your relationship after all. To top it off, Logan and Chloe admitted that it was a totally impulsive decision.
The excitement of us doing stuff is on a whim.
Yeah, it's on a whim. It's fun to be spontaneous, you know?
Which is fantastic considering pigs can live up to 20 years. But to be fair, Logan did do something somewhat responsible, which was get another pig for Pearl since she was, I guess, becoming depressed.
Examining Pearl exhibiting what could be signs of chronic depression.
And he had bought the pig pig from the same breeder and called him Piggy Smalls. Did you just copy that from Ariana Grande? Because I'm pretty sure Ariana Grande also had a pig named Piggy Smalls. At least try to be original. Please. Now, the breeder also warned Logan that initially the two pigs would attack each other and that you have to introduce them, you know, slowly over time and put them side by side in a closure. But instead, Logan just threw the pigs in with each other and of course they fought. Well, fast forward to January of 2023, Pearl was found abandoned in a field with another pig who had recently passed away. The rescue charity, The Gentle Barn, found her in a really bad state with a UTI and mangled ears. They did end up nursing her back to health, and now she's like a super happy pig. I mean, they even gave her music therapy, which is so cute.
We got her spayed, we got her healed, we got her hoofs trimmed, we're giving her music therapy and lots of belly rubs.
Now, supposedly, Logan rehomed the pigs because he couldn't take them to Puerto Rico, where he now lives. Rehoming a pet is hard on any animal, but for pigs, especially, who are highly intelligent, it's even more tough. So Logan must have had a pretty good reason to move, right? Turns out he moved to Puerto Rico to save on taxes.
So I feel like people are wondering why Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
Like how random.
Yeah.
Taxes. It's one vertical.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
It's 96% of a big one, which ironically is the same amount of money you keep every year if you move to Puerto Rico.
Okay, so a mega rich content creator ditched his pets to save a few bucks. Got it. He tweeted, Pearl was rehomed to an amazing ranch that I visited in Santa Clarita when I moved to Puerto Rico. I was unable to bring her on the island. She lived there happily for 10 months before the owner sold the ranch. She was rehomed without my knowledge to the farmer across the street. As far as I know, the farmer called the Gentle Barn to pick her up and denies that there was a second pig. Pearl was transferred alone. This is an incredibly heartbreaking situation. I had Pearl for 2 years. I'm beyond thankful to the Gentle Barn for taking her in and will do whatever I need to aid in Pearl's care. Now, although that was a surprisingly mature response for Logan, he did completely forget to tell us where Piggy Smalls is, because we know about Pearl, right? But Piggy? I'm praying that the big bad wolf hasn't got him. To be fair, he probably would have been more safe with the big bad wolf than he probably would with Logan. Let's be fair, okay? Let's be real here, right? Now, another animal that met a similar fate to Pearl was Tana Mongeau's Italian greyhound, Lumen. After seeing Kylie Jenner's pack of Italian greyhounds, Tana decided to jump on the trend. I mean, she even tweeted, "What kind of dog is Kylie Jenner's dog?" And soon after, she had her very own greyhound she called Lumen. Kind of a red flag to adopt a pet just because it's, you know, trendy, but okay.
So the first thing is I got a new dog named Lumen, and I will be doing a video with her very soon. I filmed it and like it wasn't good enough, so I'm gonna film a better video with her very soon.
Now, Italian greyhounds aren't, again, particularly easy dogs to take care of. They are pretty high maintenance and require a lot of exercise. I mean, there's a reason there's a whole sport dedicated to them, greyhound racing, which is, by the way, extremely problematic and unethical. That's a whole other issue. The dogs aren't that easy to take care of, okay? Especially if you travel a lot, which Tana did. So instead of caring for Lumen, she passed off the responsibility to her assistant. But of course, Tana had the time to use Lumen as a social accessory. I mean, Lumen had his own Instagram and Twitter pages and even his own merch line. And just like Maverick, Tana made Lumen, you know, part of her brand. But trends, you know, they come and go. And when the novelty wore off and the likes dried up, she handed Lumen off permanently to her assistant. Now, I want to say that there's nothing particularly wrong about rehoming a pet, especially if you realize that they just don't fit in with your lifestyle or it's not what you signed up for. I mean, that happens all the time, right? But unfortunately, okay, this isn't Tana's first rehoming rodeo, because supposedly she's also rehomed 3 other dogs. Now, I was trying to find proper sources for each of these claims, but the only video exposing her was mysteriously deleted. Miss Tana. Now, I did end up finding a video of her literally admitting to rehoming a Russian Pomeranian.
One time I was really lonely, so I ordered a dog from Russia, and it took weeks to get to my house, and I was so excited to see it, and the dog showed up, and I loved it so much, and it was perfect, and I realized that it was too much work, And my manager Jordan came over and he loved the dog, so I gave him the dog.
And I'd also found footage of another dog that Tana owned called Dexter, who mysteriously disappeared once Lumen came into the picture. Where he went? Who knows? Okay.
My mom keeps my other dog Dexter in this crate, like a big dog crate, when she leaves, because otherwise he'll just tear things up. He could hurt himself, whatever, you know what I mean?
Now, supposedly there's a third dog named Anastasia, which also mysteriously disappeared. Don't know what happened to her. But listen, I get that sometimes it's necessary to rehome a pet for whatever reason, right? But to be a repeat offender of buying and rehoming and buying and rehoming and buying and rehoming pets, like dog. Pets aren't props. They need real care and attention. And if you're not up for that, maybe get a pet rock, okay? Like, I think Tana and Logan both need pet rocks. Please don't sell them any more animals. But listen, okay? Tana's story is mild compared to what the family channel, Sam and Nia, did to their dog. Now listen, at this point, the word family channel immediately raises red flags, right? But back in 2015, they were all the rage. And one of the long lost forgotten names from that era was Sam and Nia. This wholesome Christian family went viral in 2014 with their video titled "Good Looking Parents Sing Disney's Frozen." Humble brag.
Okay, can I just say something crazy?
I love crazy.
Now, it's kind of crazy that I actually literally remember this video going viral. Maybe it was on Ellen or something, but I remember this video. But I don't remember them lip syncing. Fakes. Okay, they are fakes. And it's so bad because how did they get away with this?
I was thinking the same thing.
But also, how did they get away with being such god-awful human beings? Because, God, while researching this story, I've uncovered some really disturbing stuff, okay, way beyond this story, but today I'll be just covering the dog story, okay? Today we're gonna be talking about a video they posted in January of 2015 called "We Got a Dog."
So we are going to go look at a dog today. Nia really doesn't want to, but I told her, you know, we gotta get a dog. We need a dog. Abram needs a dog. I really want a new best friend.
Sounds wholesome, right? I mean, here's a dad who just wants his kids to have a dog, a best friend of his own, and a furry addition to the family. So they decide that the most noble route is to rescue a dog from a shelter. And if you're serious about getting a dog that you can actually take care of, adopting from a shelter is literally the way to go, okay? Because please don't shop for dogs or support sketchy backyard breeders, okay? So Sam and Nia 100% did the right thing by heading to the Terrell Animal Adoption Center. Now, the moment their youngest, Abram, picked up a puppy, they knew that they had found the one. But even before they got the dog in the house, there were already some major red flags around their ability to care for it.
Okay, we just went and ate lunch. It's time to pick up a new pup. Nia's really not liking this idea, but she's gonna like it eventually.
If you are adopting a dog, it is vital that both parties understand just how much of a commitment a puppy is. I mean, this is an animal that will be in your life for years, and you both have to ensure that you are prepared and are willing to care for this dog, okay? But unfortunately, Nia wasn't quite up to the task. And after a year of using their new puppy for adorable family content and that sweet, sweet ad revenue, family decided that they had had enough. And on December 1st of 2015, they posted a video titled "Saying Goodbye to Our Dog."
Okay guys, so I got some sad and some good news. Some of you are going to be very happy about this. Some might be sad about it. I think more of you are going to be kind of like finally about this. You guys know we had so many issues with Annie going to the neighbor's yard, jumping onto the stumps, hopping over the fence. I had to put this crap all over the stumps to keep her from jumping because my chainsaw broke. And then she started jumping over the actual fence, so I had to put this chicken wire up. And after I put that chicken wire up, the shelter of Terrell contacted me. They said, "We're happy to take Annie back and try to find her a home for you guys if you can't do it anymore." I said, "No, we'll hang on to her. Everything's gonna be fine, I think. She's not hopping the fence anymore." But today, she keeps jumping this fence now and is hopping out to the street, and now there's no stopping her. She's hopping this little fence, and so I ended up having to tie her up. And I called the shelter and I said, "Are you guys willing to accept her back like you had previously offered?" And they said, "Yeah, take her back and we'll find her a home." So Annie's going back to the shelter. It's a family decision, guys. We decided we can't handle her anymore, and the reason we keep her outside is when we let her in the house, she runs crazy wild. She's just too much for us. Annie, you ready to go? You ready, girl? You ready to go bye-bye? We loved you, okay?
So you're giving away your dog because she's jumping the fence? Ever thought of I don't know, building a taller fence? I'm so confused. Like, this just sounds like a convenient excuse to give away your dog because you clearly lack the intelligence to train her. And instead of giving her appropriate surroundings, you tie her up to a tree all day and night. Yikes. I mean, I'd say it's a good thing that you're giving her away if it wasn't to the Torrell Animal Adoption Shelter, which is a kill shelter.
I get it, guys. I'm the bad guy again. And I understand that a lot of you are going to be upset with me, but I'm willing to accept the fact that I failed. I failed miserably at being a dog owner to Annie. I just didn't do my best. All right, come on, Annie. Come on. What's the likelihood of you guys finding her a home?
I mean, we're very low keel, so.
If you can't find her home, I do want to take her back, if that's possible. Bye, Annie. Bye-bye.
If you think your dog, who is no longer a puppy, will be adopted, think again, okay? Because even if you have the most perfect dog on the planet, I mean, people say, oh my god, my dog is great with cats, great with kids, people, other dogs. I mean, they're well behaved and so cute. Most likely, your dog will not get adopted and will most likely actually be euthanized because many times, owner surrenders actually go first and sometimes even on the same day. But Sam and Nia did not care, okay? Because content. I mean, they even filmed their kids' reaction to this horrendous news.
Honey, I have something to tell you.
What, Daddy?
I want you to think about it before you react, okay?
Okay.
You know where you got Annie at that animal shelter?
Yes.
We brought her back today so she can get another home. Think about it. We brought her back. I brought her back to the pound or to the dog shelter. You happy about that?
Because now she won't jump in my toy.
And she won't jump on you. Now you have a backyard to play in.
Yeah, now I won't have a puppy that chews up her toy.
So what do you think? Are you okay with that?
Cool, good job.
Sure?
And this is just the tip of the Sam and Nia iceberg because this family, man, what? Stay tuned for an absolutely insane video coming up next. Make sure to subscribe to not miss it. Also, join my Discord community, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All the links are down below. I love you. Bye.